You are welcome to today's briefing on the Armed Forces of Nigeria operational activities. The brief will cover a period between 2nd to 30th September 2021. Within the period in focus, troops of the Armed Forces of Nigeria had sustained the upscale in the operational activities across the various theaters in the country. The heightened activities yielded some significant results, and some of them were discussed yesterday during a media engagement which was held. Some of you are aware that the second edition of the Open Air Dialogue was held yesterday, 29 September 2021, with the Chief of Defense Staff, service chiefs, senior editors, and media executives of various media establishments in the country. During the session, a lot of topical issues were discussed, and answers provided to numerous questions asked by the Chief of Defense Staff, the service chiefs. Consequently, our brief today will just be a summary of operational efforts that yielded significant results within the period under review. Now a look at Operation Hadin Kai. Within this period, Operation Hadin Kai has sustained operational tempo on land and air offensive against the terrorists and other criminal elements in the Northeast Theater. Troops had several encounters with the terrorists at different locations. In the course of the operations, significant results were recorded at different locations, such as Mazga, Kamuya, Damboa, Was, Bita, Balo, and Goza roads, and Damboa, Bulabulim, Meduguri Road, as well as Baza, Jagambu, and Michiko towns. Other locations are Merari, Romudgo, Fumuye villages, Gashua Market, and Takaskala axis, Damatru Meduguri main supply routes, Mafa town, as well as Golumba Gana, Dikwa Road, all in Borno State. In addition, dozens of Islamic State of West African province and Boko Haram terrorists and their collaborators were neutralized in a coordinated airstrike executed by the air components of Operation Hadin Kai on 26 September 2021. This was achieved at Daba Masara, north of Lake Chad, in Kuka local government area of Borno State, from where the criminal elements lodged attacks on own troops locations and innocent civilians in the area. Cumulatively, a total of 85 Boko Haram and Islamic West African province terrorists were neutralized. 43 terrorists, including their collaborators, logistics suppliers, were arrested in the course of the various operations. Also, a total of 121 assorted weapons, including submachine guns, HK-21, AK-47, and locally made rifles with magazines, were recovered. 3,372 rounds of 7.62 NATO and special ammunition were recovered. Locally made pistols and smooth-body grenades, rocket-propelled grenade bombs, as well as 12,250 bags of fertilizers, which they use in making IDs, and 178 Russell cartridges, among other items, were recovered. Furthermore, a total of 2,783 terrorists and their families surrendered within the period under review. Now a look at Operation Hadarin Daji. In Operation Hadarin Daji, troops within the period intensified their offensive actions on bandit enclaves in the northwest zone. The operations had drastically degraded their operational capabilities and denied them freedom of action and movement of arms and other illegal items. During the period under review, own troops responded to distress calls on bandit activities at different locations in Zamfara, Sokoto, and Katsina State. These areas include armed bandit attacks on Gidan Kwaru village in Safe local government area of Zamfara State, Kayaga General area, and Tafoki village in Funtua local government area of Katsina State. Other locations include Burkusuma town and Mekuwanat village in Sabon Birni local government of Sokoto State, Sabwa town, as well as bandits roadblock along Gimigora Road, also in Katsina State. Troops also responded with superior firepower during the incidents that led to the repelling of armed bandits who were forced to flee in disarray, neutralizing some of them, and others were arrested, including their informants and collaborators. Also, various arms and ammunition were recovered during the operations. Additionally, troops neutralized and arrested bandits and their arms suppliers and informants at Kofarfada in Kankara local government area, Shaba village under Jibia local government area, Kayaga, as well as Umandau and Gamu villages, all in Katsina State. Furthermore, troops conducted raid and clearance operations on bandit enclaves at Falalia, Yanduwatsu, Kunkare, Jangeme, Mazarko, Kasala villages under Talata Mafara in Zamfara local government area, as well as Yarmaria village in Tudunwada local government area of Kano State, and cleared bandit camps. During the period under review, a total of 240 armed bandits were neutralized. 125 assorted arms, including AK-47 and FN rifles, Dane guns, as well as 1,166 rounds of 7.62 special ammunition was recovered. 1,304 livestock, 54 motorcycles, among other items were also recovered within the period. Furthermore, 47 armed bandits, informants, and bandits collaborators were arrested within the period. In the same vein, the air component conducted air bombardments on criminal enclaves in different locations at Magami and Dan Sadao Forest in Zamfara State. Also, it carried out coordinated offensive airstrikes were executed at other locations between 22nd and 26 September 2021. These air operations yielded significant results at Dam Musa, Safana, and Dusima local government areas, as well as Gonar, Sani, Jikan, and Malam villages in Yantumaki Forest, Lelet villages near Yantumaki also, and also at Yantumaki Medebino Road in Katsina State. These operations resulted in neutralization of 53 armed bandits, while others escaped with varying degrees of gunshot wounds. The air component also provided close air support for ground troops during their operations. Now a look at Operation Safe Haven. The Operation Safe Haven, the troops responded to distress calls on 4 September 2021, which yielded significant results at Galwari, Manchok Road, where 2 drug peddlers were arrested with 320 parcels of cannabis sativa, which was worth tens of millions of naira at street value. These items were stocked in a vehicle. In another development, troops on the same day mobilized to forestall farmers and herders clash over farm encroachment and destruction by herders at Jebu Miango village in Basa local government area of Plateau State. 2 of the armed herdsmen were arrested in the process. Similarly, on 6 September, troops on a cordon and search operation arrested 11 bandits who were involved in an earlier attack on Angwartabu village in Zangon Kata local government area of Kaduna State. Troops also rescued some civilians who were kidnapped at Jako Gashish in Barkilari local government area of Plateau State. They also arrested 2 kidnappers at Antor village in Sanga local government area on 9 September. In the same vein, a gun runner and impostor named Malam Salihu Ibrahim was arrested at Melafia village in Jamaa local government area of Kaduna State. A total of 14 locally fabricated rifles, 27 rounds of 9mm ammunition, 14 cartridges, and 44 rounds of 7.62 NATO ammunition, among others, were recovered in the course of our operations within the period. Now we look at Operation Whirl. The troops of Operation Whirl maintained their aggressive postures, while the air component dominated the airspace by maintaining surveillance and providing troops air cover. It is worth noting to state that the security situation has been relatively calm within the period in focus. However, pockets of incidents were recorded in some quarters as troops responded to distress calls and also avert communal clashes. These include Akwana village in Logo local government area, Sechula and Seaza villages in Guma local government area of Benue State. In another development, security operatives arrested a notorious militia leader named Kefas Aondofa, aka Azonto, at Jalingo Metropolis in Taraba State. Azonto, who took over leadership of late Ghana's militia gang, has been terrorizing and imposing levies in the state and has been on the wanted list of Operation Whirl and other security forces. In the course of the operation within the period, a total of 15 armed bandits were neutralized, while 23 AK-47 rifles were recovered, as well as 66 rounds of 7.62 special and 39mm ammunition were recovered. Now a look at Operation Wild Punch and Thunderstrike. Own troops maintained their highway patrols to dominate the areas and provided security for major roads and minor roads, as well as deny armed bandits elements freedom of action. On 5th September 2021, offensive airstrikes were executed using a force pack of Nigerian Air Force platforms on a bandits camp at Kuza Hills, which led to the destruction of some of the criminals' hideouts and their logistics facilities. No fewer than 43 armed bandits were neutralized in the process. In the same vein, over 48 armed bandits were neutralized at Fadaman Kanauta in Kidanda Forest under Giwa local government area of Kaduna State. This feat was achieved when the air component carried out an intensive air operation on bandit enclaves at the location between 13th and 15th September 2021. During these operations, several structures that housed the bandits, along with their logistic installations and their supplies, were destroyed. In addition, own troops neutralized 3 armed bandits around Kasamari Bridge along Kaduna-Abuja Highway and recovered 3 AK-47 rifles with magazines and 48 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition. Now a look at Operation Delta Safe. Troops of Operation Delta Safe have continued to sustain the tempo in anti-illegal oil operations to forestall economic saboteurs in the south-south zone of the country. Some of these operations recorded very significant results at different locations in Bayelsa, Rivers State, and Delta State. The locations in which significant success were recorded include Banga, Zion, Kumufari, Ataba communities in Andoni local government area, Buguma in Buguma local government area, Oduoha community in Emoha local government area, Ogbodo in Ikwere local government area, Olutoru community in Boni local government area. Other locations in River States were Alakri, Ugoloma communities in Okrika local government area, Menjudukuri axis, Bakana town, as well as Ubunku and Banigo communities in Degema local government area. In Bayelsa State, troops recorded attendant successes at Okarki, Kalatirama, Uruturu, and Otushega communities in Ogbe local government area. Also in Delta State, troops recorded success at Sagarak Creek in Warisa local government area and Yokiri Egbe Seashore in Burutu local government area. In the course of these operations, troops discovered and activated a total of 69 illegal refining sites. The sites cumulatively had a total of 79 ovens, 77 cooking pots and boilers, and 76 cooling systems, 48 large dugout pits, and 246 storage tanks, as well as drums and sacks. These were cumulatively laden with 2,157,000 liters of illegally refined automotive gas oil, as well as 1,300 tons and 4,538,000 liters of stolen crude oil. Furthermore, troops discovered and disconnected some illegally connected pipes and deactivated other illegal bunkering sites at Rumwepe community, as well as Ihuowu-Okoma pipeline right-of-way in Abua, Odua local government area of Rivers State. Additionally, troops arrested 6 militants and recovered 4 locally made pistols, 27 cartridges, and 13 ripe wraps of cannabis sativa, among other illegal items, at Government Jetty in Creek Town, Rivers State, within the period. In another development, troops of Maritime Patrol intercepted a vessel identified as MT Akemijo Bunker 1 without a Maritime Mobile Service identity or NIMASA document in the south of Bartholomew River. The vessel, which was laden with 150,000 liters of automotive gas oil, was arrested and handed over to appropriate authorities. Finally, gentlemen of the press, we wish to state that the armed forces of Nigeria and other security agencies will not rest on their oars in the fight against criminalities in all parts of the country. The Military High Command appreciates the continuous sacrifices of our troops in the various theaters of operation across the country. It also salutes their courage, resilience, and commitment towards sustainable peace in the country. We, as always, appreciate the general public and the entire press community for their continued support, and further encourage all to avail the armed forces of Nigeria with credible and timely information that will facilitate our proactive engagements in all the theaters of operation. Once more, I wish to thank you for finding time to come, and God bless.